Hey, how are you today? And today we're going to check in with all the people that are feeling frustrated. You don't have to go far to go out there on the real estate boards, and you will see plenty of people who are frustrated and a few people who are not. But a lot of people are very frustrated with where the market is at. So I wanted to do this video to empathize with everyone who's being frustrated, but I will tell you that you do not have to be frustrated. There are things that you can do to make progress. There are things that you can do to get unfrustrated while this market works its way out from the current situation that it's in. So, why are we all frustrated? It's pretty simple. We've seen the market transfer from an abundance of underqualified buyers to a limited number of buyers and even more limited sellers. So we went from a phase where, you could turn around and everyone was looking to buy a house, but it didn't really help you because not everyone could afford what they wanted in those prices. And when you're getting bid wars against 20 and 30 bids, your customer is not likely to win that bid war. And it's gotten better, but it's not that much better. The big difference is there's not much of anyone kicking around anymore. There are very few buyers, there are very few sellers, and there's still a whole lot of agents. So it's made things a lot quieter. It feels like things are going in reverse, even though prices continue to grind higher. When the market gets like this, it's easy to sort of feel like your business is not going anywhere. But that's not the case, or it probably doesn't need to be the case. So what you really want to do, though, is focus on your overall business. You have the time. You have the time right now to really focus on your business. And by that, I mean your lead generation capabilities as well as your costs. So, if you're in a situation where you have high marketing costs and your brokerage fees are clipping away at what little revenue you do have, that's not a sustainable situation. And if you're watching this video and you're frustrated, one of the reasons you are probably frustrated is because you have realized that your situation is non-sustainable. So you need to fix that. So the 4 keys to success going forward in the next 12 months are: you need to get curious and you need to talk with other people in your space, not just at your brokerage. Because not the people who are successful at your brokerage may not be all that interested in sharing with you, what it is that they're doing. And worse, what's working for them may not work for you. So in order to find something that works for you, you have to find someone else who's on a similar path, who has similar strengths, similar weaknesses. And that means you've got to get out there and talk with those people. Okay? At the end of the day, you need to recognize that your situation is not going to change unless you work to change it. Okay? It's an old saying that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So don't be insane, okay? Go out there, try to figure out what is a good change to make. Second thing is, listen, it's a low transaction market. You need to minimize your costs. You're running a business. Do you want to know why companies lay off employees when things get slow? They have to minimize their costs. It sucks that they lay people off, but their choices are generally lose money and a tremendous amount of value for their company and potentially not be as effective in competing out there in the space, or letting some people go. I'm sure they don't want to let people go, but that's how you survive. Minimizing costs in real estate is how you survive when things are not going well. You need to understand your marketing lead times for your marketing plan. Okay? Certain lead sources have different lead times. Some lead sources are relatively short. They're ready to go. But most are not. And you need to understand what the marketing lead times are for those lead sources, or you're going to be really just pounding your head against the wall trying to get something to happen that isn't likely to happen in the short term. You need to focus on high quality but inexpensive leads. Zillow right now, UpNest, these are probably not your best bets. So UpNest is relatively low cost, but the problem is that they require you to do huge givebacks on on what it is that you'll make in commission. So if there's not enough coming in, it doesn't matter at what how many leads they give you. You need to be able to charge something that makes sense. Zillow, of course, they just take. So you can definitely get leads that way, but can you make the numbers work in a market where most of the buyers are really too afraid to purchase with the rates where they are? They're simply in a wait and see mode. But at the end of the day, getting leads is not the problem. It sounds crazy, but I've generated over 3,500 leads for myself over the last few years Generating leads is not the problem. It's easy. It's easy to generate leads. The consistency is very, very difficult, however. Okay? Almost all the leads you generate, I don't care how you're doing it. I don't care if it's TikTok or whatever. They're early days. That's why those leads are available. Okay? Once a consumer has decided that they're ready to do something about their housing needs, they very quickly align with an agent. Okay? Once people are ready to solve the problem, they start working with people who will work with them to solve the problem. That window between when they make that cognitive decision to go do something and affiliate with somebody is very, very small. You need to be in that window of opportunity. Okay? And it isn't usually the very first time that you're introduced to that lead. That's not usually when it is. So what you need to do is you need to be someone that they can relate to, and you need to make it very clear that you are the best way to put them on a successful path for their transaction. Once you do that, you will find that when the window opens up, it's you that they're reaching out to. You can be that helpful person. You can be that agent that they need by being helpful and human, which means you don't have to talk about real estate all the time. Be human. Solving a real estate need, moving a house, for whatever reason, generally involves a lot of emotion. You need to be human and understand that. It can't just be a transaction for you. And in this market, you mostly just need to be patient. Everybody moves. Sooner or later, everybody moves. I don't care how long they've been renting, they want to buy a house. I don't care how long they've been in the house, sooner or later they're going to sell it. This is our market. Everybody that owns a house is a potential customer. You just need to be there when they're ready for you to be there. So if you're interested to see what you need to do for the next year, reach out to me for a detailed one-on-one analysis of where you can focus, both in terms of costs, in terms of marketing, what your strengths and weaknesses are, and we'll take a look at what you're doing and explain why it isn't working. So if you're ready to get curious, reach out to me, and I'll see what I can do for you. Thanks.